Hashtag bullshit like calling a big guy tiny. I stay with the truth because the truth stays shiny. All right, gentlemen. Remember videos? Remember we used to do videos? So I thought I'd get out here, start a new series. This one is going to be the top Saiyan series. So what we're going over here is what I have is the top 27 Saiyans in all of real world. So first things first, I wanted to lay down the ground rules, let you know how this whole thing was going to roll, how the list was going to be constructed. So we're going to be going off of the general power scaling that we do. So I'm going to be using, feats, statements, and everything, putting everything together to get a picture of like what characters are capable of. I'm going to be conservative here. So that means that there's going to be times where people's power may get downplayed. Like if I know a Saiyan is at a particular level, but I don't know where they're Super Saiyan 4, don't know where they stand, I'm probably just going to call them a base Super Saiyan 4. And there are going to be some characters like that on here where we just don't have the information to really have an idea what they're capable of. Let's see. Sorry, I'm reading off of a list here. I want to make sure to get this right. So I'm gonna do a brief description of each Saiyan as I go over them. So as I'm at like number 20, I'll break down, okay, this is Bob the Saiyan. And then I will go down and tell you why he's stronger than Tommy the Saiyan. I figure that just telling you why I think they would take out the person below them will be a good enough way to really break down like why they're stronger than anyone under that. Now, if after the list is done, if maybe you disagree with something, I hope it sparks some discussion. If you're wondering how I think Saiyan 17 would do against Saiyan 22, since maybe Saiyan 22 has hard counters to some of Saiyan 17's abilities, hey, we can have that discussion, but that's how I'm going to be breaking it down right now. I'm going to be liberal here with information. So I'm just going to speak, for the most part, relatively freely about these various things that goes, obviously, for the games I'm not the DM of, and but also for Legends. So I'm just going to speak. So when you get through this list, through this series, and if you hear that and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I like that DM, where you just like saying this different kind of stuff, let me know, because that'll let me know how to go forward. But I did want to get the list out here, and I didn't want to, I'll be honest, I didn't want to take the time to like get everyone's consensus about that, which honestly could take weeks. So the term second Oozaru, which is a Legends term, will not be used for this list for the sake of simplicity and clarity and everything. I'm just going to be saying Super Saiyan 4 anytime I'm referring to the form that has like the furry reddish mane. You guys know what Super Saiyan 4 is. So the terminology Super Saiyan 4, second Oozaru, will not be used, even though Super Saiyan 4 technically has a different connotation in that game. And so you're only going to find on here SS3s and up. Because honestly, like, really when we're talking about the strongest Saiyans, that's really where it starts. Now, I did want to give a shout out to 2 Saiyans that I thought deserved to be mentioned. A couple SS2 honorable mentions. The first one is Drath. I wanted to mention Drath because, and Drath is, of course, Drew's old character from Generations. Now, Drath was a Saiyan demon, but the thing is, we're not entirely sure how strong he was. If he was a Super Saiyan 2 level, he also had that devil trigger from Devil May Cry that he could stack on top of that. I think that could possibly have made him competitive with 3s. The other one will be Dakuan, Blood of Makoto. Dakuan is the brother of George's character Emrys, and as described in that battle they had against the SS3, he was kind of like the driving force behind that. So I thought that deserved to be mentioned. But with that said, let's get into the list.